Hallelujah.
If my people who are called by my name would just humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins, and I will heal their land. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, for you are our praise.
Unto those that fear Yahweh's name, Yeshua shall arise with healing in his wings, his wings.
Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, for you are our praise. Yahweh is my strength and my soul, and has become my salvation. I will trust in him and will not be afraid. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh.
On the earth, Abba Yahweh, your Eric, Abba Yahweh. Let it touch your nation today, Abba Yahweh. That they may be strengthened, Abba Yahweh.
Yes, Abba. Hallelujah.
That they may just stand fast, Abba Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
And see, Abba Yahweh, your mighty hand work, Abba Yahweh. That you take them on through the battle today, Abba Yahweh. Strengthen thy King Shemi this day, Abba Yahweh. Give them rejoicing today, Abba Yahweh. And knowing, Abba Yahweh, everything is going to be all right, Abba Yahweh. Because we know that you are in control, Abba Yahweh. And Abba Yahweh, you are Abba Yahweh. Your nation that you had picked of your own choosing, Abba Yahweh. of knowing of what this great King does for us, Abba Yahweh. We will speak, Abba Yahweh, if you admit your truth, Abba Yahweh. We will speak of the life, of the lesson of the bread that you gave us, Abba Yahweh. That keeps us from day to day, Abba Yahweh. Or we will be that nation, Abba Yahweh, that you chose, Abba Yahweh. Not being ashamed to proclaim, Abba Yahweh. That we've been set apart, Abba Yahweh. That we'll Kodesh, Abba Yahweh. Oh, precious Abba Yahweh. We rebuke you today, Abba Yahweh. For knowing, Abba Yahweh, you gave us one more chance, Abba Yahweh. Of this one tongue, Abba Yahweh. That we will praise thy King, Abba Yahweh. Knowing that the world going about doing their own thing. But Abba Yahweh, in this bed, we will lift you up today, Abba Yahweh. We will praise you, Abba Yahweh. We will give your precious name to praise. We will lift you up, Abba Yahweh. We will give you the honor today, Abba Yahweh. In this bed, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, precious Abba Yahweh. We told you today, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah. Your precious son, YHWH HaMashiach. Hallelujah. And that precious son that we shed for YisraYah'ale. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Let us stand to our feet, nation. Hallelujah. Let us travel in the mountain of Yahweh and YHWH HaMashiach. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Precious Abba Yahweh, YHWH, Kadosh is your mighty name. Your Malkuth to come. Your will be done. In earth, Abba Yahweh, and YHWH. Give us this day our daily lesson. And forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh. And we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Malkuth, the power, and the honor, Abba Yahweh. Forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the precious mighty name of YHWH HaMashiach. Baruch Yom like this day, Abba Yahweh. And we give us the lesson, the bread of life, Abba Yahweh. Feed us, Abba Yahweh. Don't feed this day to your nation, Abba Yahweh. Feed us that we won't no more, Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, soon turn, Abba Yahweh. Come back unto you, Abba Yahweh. Give the clarity, Abba Yahweh, of your turn to your nation this day, Abba Yahweh. Of understanding of the straight and narrow way to walk, Abba Yahweh. In the present mighty name of YHWH HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Blessed be the name.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, we do told you, Yahweh, for your hustle is renewed every morning. And your Torah is forevermore the same, Yahweh. Hallelujah. So we lift up our voices and we give you Torah for the call, all you have done for us, Yah. And we have brought our offerings into your bed. Come on, YisraYah'ale. Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. Let the cymbal and the harp of Yahweh, the shofar, make a joyful noise to Yahweh, our God. Come on, YisraYah'ale. Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. Let everything
Strong.
that grants us a very prominent icon in our lives. That is the SHABBAT, Shema Kadosh. Remember the day that He has given unto us as a nation of people for the restoration, the restoring, and the healing.
Hallelujah.
He sends His word forward, and that consists of His promises.
Hallelujah.
His Davari, and it heals the nation. And so we are going to trust in Yah for all things.
Hallelujah.
We're not going to go beyond what He has commanded us to do.
Hallelujah.
Because once we tried that, we began to supplant His righteousness with some corrupt mind that defies everything that He speaks unto us by our own logics, by our own concepts. You can't win with Him with that. There's only one way to win, and that is through the power, revelation of the fullness of Torah. Not partial, not some. We can't, as the heritage of Yah, we can't live by bread alone, but every word. Oh, the fullness of all of His expression. Every word that comes, both enters out into us, out of the mouth of Almighty Yah. So we greet you, our friends. And certainly my enemies, I do extend a warm hand. You must realize that I am a butcher. I was born a killer. And I'm here to assault, to insult every form of self-righteousness that is not predicated upon what Torah tells us through that profound revelation, YHWH HaMashiach, what righteousness is. Righteousness is nida, it's filthy, as a filthy rag of a woman of her ministration. That's what the Torah says. So we're going to trust the righteousness of Yah. We're going to believe what the book says. I'm going to teach, to preach, to hollow, yell. I will be quiet at times, to express with the most powerful of performance of superlatives, irregardless whether my adjectives supersede or display the proper indication of what the noun or the pronoun is, of my adverb as such superb knowledge to every verb. And that's what we're going to do. We have played around too long. You got these violent whorehouses that are churches. They don't love Yah, and they sure don't love their deception of a lie, Jesus Christ. They love no one. And I'm not here speaking a language that you will not be offended. I don't care. We offend Yah consistently because we're trying to apologize for Him. I will not apologize for Him. I will not. So we're going to teach part 3 of the last segment of this teaching on fools. You can't call anyone a fool, man. Well, let's examine the Torah and see what it says. And how you have utilized language in our own ignorance. Not only do we call them fools, but some of the most violent epithet, all right, guy, that one could ever utter out of their mouths, and yet you think you are supreme in this form of pagan language we call English. We must go to the root of all things. We must go back to the roots to understand Yah's expression. And that is what I will express today. Let me say this. There are those that will post, they will write. They love the order of the service. They love our Zacheim. They love you all. But when it comes to me, there is a, I don't like you. So that's why y'all gave me and put in the midst of me men that are stronger than me. You don't even understand what I'm saying. But that's all right with me. You got to be a fool to think because of your strength you're going to lift 1,000 pounds. Collectively, there is no doubt we can do it. So one is as strong because it takes all the contributing factors to make it strong. So you need every ingredient of strength to make it strong. I don't like you, preacher. Well, when you love them, you love me. You just don't know that. That's all right with me. I want to continue this teaching. Let me begin in Torah. I'm simply going to mention the place that I will teach from once because I want to complete this today. God gives us profound instructions. He calls one by the name of Shlomo to speak with such profound utterance that we may comprehend with apprehension what is and the theme of this book. We must prepare our mind and our hearts to please Him. And so this wise man writes unto us, Shlomo, Mishuli, Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 7. Was this book written to the house of YisraYah'ale? Was it written to his elect and none other that are scattered throughout the Olam? He says this in Proverbs 14:7. He commands us to go from the pawning, the face or the presence of a kasel, of a foolish man. Now somewhere I got to determine whether someone is foolish, one is wise, one has the strength of Yah, a maturity of knowledge, which is only revealed by YHWH HaMashiach. He commands us, and wisdom speaks. You discern that he is a fool. When you know that she is a fool, go from their ponim. Don't even let their eyes allow their eyes to look upon you. Go from the presence of a stupid, of an arrogant, foolish individual. That's what a fool is. Arrogant. They despise wisdom. They despise understanding. They despise correction of God. That's a fool. Are you talking to strangers? No, I'm talking to those that call themselves YisraYah'ale, the house of Yah. Yah commands us to go from the presence of a fool, go from his presence. From the presence of a man, there's a comma there, isn't it? Yes. That statement stands by itself. And then it says, when you perceive, when you yada, when the revelation of whom she is, you know that that's a fool. Yes. You know that they are stupid. Yes. You know, parents will say to their little children, don't be stupid, little girl. Stop acting silly and stupid. They don't realize they're calling them fools. Yet they will justify their evil ways and they will condemn me, but I will bring you clarity to it. I will show you the wisdom of it. Go from the presence of a fool, amen, when you have perceived it has been revealed. How? By observation, you have observed the man. You look at the man, his ways, and then you comprehend he's a damn fool. She's a foolish, simpleton, stupid, arrogant person. It's a fact. Well, I will bring superb clarity to what I teach today. not in his lips, his language of knowledge, you will know that he is a fool. They have no lips of knowledge of the wisdom of Yah. When you Yah, you perceive there is no knowledge, there's no revelation of Yah. They can't show you the inspired way of YHWH HaMashiach. And then verse 8, he says, the wisdom of the Arum, of the prudent, those that are shrewd, and I am a shrewd man. I am. You dishonored? No, I'm just shrewd. That's what wisdom is. He says to us, the wisdom of the prudent is to understand what? Yah's way. How the way that we must walk. We must understand his ways. My ways don't even concern me because I know that I'm a village piece of trash. My value is worth nothing. I will die and stink. The buzzards consume every morsel of flesh. And the sun shall dry out the bones and bleach them white. That's a fact. The wisdom of the prudent, the man that is wise, is to understand Yah's way. Look how he expressed a fool. He identifies the personality one. He talks about the folly, or but the folly, the kessel. They are stupid, they are dumb, they are ignorant. He says the folly of kessel. He used three identifiers here. He talks about their folly. He identifies them with a noun. He used an adjective, their verb, to express what they are. They're full of folly. You know what is full of folly? We will get into the depth of that. They're full of folly and clownish and laughter, frivolity, and every kind of foolish thing there is. He tells us about the folly of fools. He tells us that it is nirma. It is full of deceit. And a fool deceives you. Oh, come on, just laugh a little bit with me. It's full of deception. We will learn why. Because they don't give a damn about anyone. They don't even care about their nefesh. It is full of deceit. They are full of guile. They are feigned. They have the same inspiration of hell. There is full, there's a cauldron of subtlety. They're very treacherous too. That's what a fool will do. In essence, they will grin and laugh in your face. And a fool will run a dagger in your back with their witchcraft spirit of guile. I'm going to teach on that. That's what guile is. It is a spirit of witchcraft. It is the working of sorcery, because when you can tell someone a lie and convince them so easily, you know that's demonic power. You whisper, you murmur, you don't want no one to know what you say. What I speak, I want everyone to hear me. What I speak, I want all to hear me. Because I want you to understand. I want you to understand. And so when you find yourself in your little secretive conclave, you know that evil is brewing. You know you're a fool. Because you laugh it off, you gesture in it. Well, that's all right. It's not that way, YisraYah'ale. You're not going into the kingdom because you think you're right. We're going because we have walked in his way, because we are prudent, all right? That is the only way. Hallelujah. And no other way. No other way. But a man that's a fool, when you discern that she is foolish, I would tell people, get out of my face. I don't want to deal with you. Because that is the MO of this generation. And no one is going to tell us precisely, because we're fearful of what others will say and think and how they will react. I know how we react to YHWH. So how you react to me doesn't mean one thing at all. I want to read something vitally important. There was a teacher by the name of Raca. I want to read it. I want you to be attentive. So you all lift your heads out of your books. Slide over, my friend, so I can slide over this way. I want to see your face. All right. I like to see the faces where I go. Slide all the way to the end. You slide over a little bit. No, you can slide over, son. Come on over. Yeah, that's fine. Now I want to see the faces, all right? Yeah. Listen to me. Don't listen to your mind. You listen to what I teach. Oh, yes. I don't need you or your diction. Yes. I don't need you in your scrupulous fashion to discern what I'm saying. No, I will tell you what the Torah is saying. Yes. So be attentive that you hear. A wise man always hears. He perceives the matter greater, that in his perception of reading. Yeah. Imuna comes how? By hearing. You must hear it. We have learned to read, but we don't read well. Look at what this master of the Torah of Yah said. Just listen to it. I want you to hear it. I'll tell you where I'm reading from. He says this: do not talk much to a foolish man or woman. Don't waste your time with them. When you know they're foolish, do not talk much with a foolish man, a foolish woman. Don't give your conversation over to them. Why? And go not to him that has no understanding, no da'at. They cannot discern. They don't know, but yet they think they know. Don't even mess around with them. I do not cast the pearls of Yah before this swinish nation. Yeah. I don't try to tell people about Yah. You don't know enough. Yeah. There's a colon there because there's a profound statement after these statements that stand wrong. He said, guard yourself from a fool. Don't play with him. Don't play with the fool. Guard yourself from him. Stay your distance. When he clowns, you don't respond to his clownish ways. Yes. I have one to tell me, I'm going to tell you a joke. It's not funny. I said, shut your damn mouth. Yeah. I don't care if it's not funny. I don't play. I'm not a jokester. And I don't joke. Only a clown wants to joke. Do you understand? Sure. You guard yourself from him. Why? Least you have trouble. You don't guard yourself from a fool, you're going to have trouble within your own heart. Why? Look what he says. You shall never be defiled with his fooleries. So you tell me, my enemies and friends, that if I see one that their actions is a foolery, that I cannot identify them as a fool? Is that what YHWH meant? He called his Talmudim, you foolish, wild jackasses. That's what he called them. Yes. You must believe every word. You know what would be defiled with that foolery? Yah says again, depart from that one, and you shall find shafat. You shall find rest. There shall be a Shabbat unto you. You shall find rest, and you will never be weary with their madness. Because every time they come, it's madness. It is complaining, it is murmuring. They talk under their breath in the conclaves of darkness. They don't want nobody to hear but you, because they're bewitching your stupid, foolish, silly mind. Yes. Yeah. That's why they do it that way. Yes. You don't be worried about their madness. Then it says this: what is more heavier than lead? This is what Sirach asked. What is heavier than lead? And what is the name thereof? There is only one thing that is heavier than lead. He gives me the answer. There's a question mark, and there's a parenthesis around this. He says, but a fool. There's nothing more heavier and cause you to sink below the level that Yah wants you to. You think all of your shuck-bucking and laughing, it means that you are you've learned the lies of what they call Christendom. Yeah. You've learned those filthy lies. Yeah. and those and their corrupt ways. There is only one thing that is heavier than lead, and that's a fool. Yes. You burden down one. You cause one's heart to be made heavy. We don't want truth. We want lies. We're full of pretense. Yes. And we love Yah. And we know damn well we don't love Him. We love Yah. We guard His commandments. Yes. We keep His commandments. And when we learn the way of Yah, we walk therein. You don't compromise. You don't try to find your solution. The solution is for everyone, and it is found in the Torah of Yah. Yeah. Our fooleries will take us down paths of destruction. Yes. So there's a command from Sirach, chapter 22. Read the whole chapter. He gives us that instruction. Sirach 22. Well, we're in what we call, as our Zachin reminds us, we're in the time of what we call the Acharith. Yes. We know them as the last days of the time of the end. Yes. There is nor be a prophet of great strength. He spoke of this before we were ever born. His name is Hanok. He showed us through the demonstration of revelation of these times what shall be the most exalted thing of this time. What shall be the most honorable thing of this time. Yes. Let me read first, then I tell you. This is what the Lord the Hanok says. He says it like this. Woe unto you who cause wickedness. You cause one to be turned out of the way. You cause one to be drawn to your witchcraft and sorcery because of your fooleries. We need to grow up. Yeah. We need to mature. Yeah. And we need to act mature. Yeah. Foolery is not just acting like a wild ass that brays when it has plenty of food to eat. That is just not folly. When one meets in their conclaves to map out their foolishness and to mutter, to murmur, and speak evil against one another. You gather with anyone, it should be about you and your wicked ways. We don't do that. We like to clown and play. Look what the prophet says. This is how they're going to deceive us. They boast and they utter false words. We love lies because that is what the father of this world, he loved lies. Yes. And we love false, feigned words. And so we can listen to each other that have feigned words. You will know when someone is honest with you. The words are not feigned. The testimony will always be how evil and wicked I am. To the Yah for the kindness. For the love of YHWH HaMashiach. When you talk about everything but you, they love false words. Then Hanuk says, you are lost. Period. There is no salvation for you. You have no life of tough things. You don't even know what the tough things of Yah are. You don't even understand the tough things of Yah. You have no idea what they are because you love feigned, false words, you love lies. You love things that are superficial. And he says this, woe, woe unto you who, woe unto me today, if I have egregiously done this, who alters, who halef, one that oversteps the bounds of what Yah commands us. When you overstep the bounds, let me show you one. To love your neighbor as you love yourself. When you deny that, when you overstep the bounds that you're going to do it in your own fashion and in your own ways, there is a seed of transgression in one. That's what it is.
Yes.
One has committed transgression. Woe unto you who alters the word of truth. And then when you do that, you pervert the eternal Torah of Yah. Yahshua came in the volume of the book, did he not?
Yes.
He is the power of Yah's living truth, Torah. And that's what we do. We pervert Yahshua. You call him that? No, that's his name.
Yeah.
Not some lie that we've been taught since childhood. You pervert the eternal Torah of Yah. Explanation mark here. And then this way, Hadum says, they reckon. Is it chilling in you? Turn this thing. That's all right. He says this. They reckon themselves not to be guilty of sin. Everybody's guilty but you, isn't it? That's a fact.
Yes.
You identify everyone's sin. You formulate your conclaves. Your love is so superb.
Yeah.
You are a filthy, dirty liar. They reckon themselves, I'm better. You're fool.
Right.
Fool.
Yes.
I love everybody. You're a fool.
Hallelujah.
Fool, because you're a liar.
Yes.
And they reckon because they say that about them, they are damn liars. You don't even know how to love everyone.
True.
True.
You go out of here today, or you that are listening, go tell a bum on the street, come on, and have dinner with you. You can spend the night here. And he stinks. With all good back, and he smell of the feces of his dung. That's the kind of lies we are told. I've never said that in all my life.
Yes.
I don't know how to. So he placed me among you to learn how to love you. And if I can learn how to love you, I can learn how to love each individual that I'm encountered by. I will do no man wrong. No man. But you're not going to do me wrong either. They don't even think that they're guilty of sin. They shall be trampled. Yah says, I'm going to dog them. They shall be trampled upon the earth. I'm going to trample them down with my feet. And then he talks about those days. What days? The Acharith, the Acharuth, the end days, the time near the latter of the end. He says, in those days, he warns us, be ready. Who are you talking to? He says, you Sadiq ones, you righteous ones.
Yeah.
I want you to be ready. And this is how you'll be ready. And you must prepare for this. To raise up, he says, your prayer as a memorial. You must pray sincerely before Yah. Raise up your prayer as a memorial unto Yah. And then in our prayer, there shall be a testimony before the Melachim. The messenger, the Melach of Yah. They, the Melachim, shall bring the sins of the sinner for a memorial before Yah, Most High. Then he gives us one profound thing that we're going to see the administration of. In those days, he says nations. He did not say one nation. He used the plural form. He says nations. That means this wicked America, the wicked China, the wicked Russia, the wicked continent of Africa. It means all nations.
Yes.
All nations. He said they shall be whoosh. It'll be confounded. Look at Mr. Trump and the mockery of this entourage of nations. Greedy dogs and devils, full of sin, and they don't give a damn about someone poor like you. I know I'm poor.
Yeah.
And we think they do. Mr. Bush passed this morning. Mr. Bush was no different than Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump was no different than Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama was no different than Jack Kennedy. Now, I know you don't like that, but it's the truth. We have our tikva in Yeshua. Not some lying dog that this wicked world and this wicked America has said, oh, well, he's doing so much for the Christian. They're damn fools. Trump doesn't give a damn about you. No more than Mr. Obama. No more than Mr. Bush, Mr. Clinton, or Miss Clinton. We're silly people. My constitution is in the kingdom. It comes from the city of Jerusalem, from my mother's bosom. That's where it comes from. Hallelujah. Let me proceed. They shall be confounded, and the founders of the nations shall rise in the day of the destruction of sinners. They're going to rise up against you. They do that. No one wants to hear what one like me declares. They don't want to hear this. They want to hear those things that they perceive that are rosy, that they continue in the pathway of their destruction. Again, he points out, in those days, listen, are we in these days? Those days? Well, let me give you a description of what Hanuk says. It says, the woman shall become pregnant, but they, the sinners, shall come out and abort. You tell me this man prophesied about abortions? They abort their infants and cast them out in their midst. They put them in the fiery furnace. Damn Republicans. Damn Democrats. They're all of them. He says the women, because of their foolishness, they're going to abort their children. Are they aborting? Are they killing their babies? He said they shall abort their babies and cast them out of the midst. They shall also, listen, they shall abandon their other children. You tell me these wild heathens of folly, they leave their babies home for one of the most powerful demonic forces to train them. It's called your television. It trains their thinking, their logics, the way they act, and they want to be players and everything else, and teach your daughters how to be whores. They're banging their children because they got other things to do. Hanuk know what he was saying? Because of the folly. Oh, I'll get to that. Casting their infants out while they're still sucklings. What does that imply? These greedy dogs today. They take the babies off the mama's titty in 6 weeks. And she goes back to work because they got to get ahead. They abandon their babies. They don't allow them to suck from their titty, their breasts. They abandon them. And they feed them one of the most damnable, destructive things. This Similac folks, how in hell did y'all make a formula that is going to sustain life in your babies and produce the cellular structure for their mental development? You put poison in them. Fool. You feed them death, and you frankly don't give a damn. The prophet said you would do it. There's a reason why. While they're still suckling, they shall neither return to them, their babes, nor have compassion upon their beloved ones. They don't do that. Oh, stop. What's wrong with her? Give her a bottle. They do that. That's a fact. Is that what on? Turn it off. So the babies cry. Not because they need milk. They need love.
Hallelujah.
They need attention.
Hallelujah.
And then we put them out to the world to train them. These violent heathens. Training your child? You're stupid. Fool.
Hallelujah.
Let me proceed. God, I swear to you, you sinners, for sin has been prepared for the day of unceasing blood. Yah says, I prepared you all, because the blood that I bring forth out of the nations. You think America's going to escape? No. This dirty whore? No. This thief? Robber? These rich barons, they're devils and dogs.
Yes. Truth, yeah.
The Amazons of the world work the people to death. And that one result, that one bastard is worth 100 billion. Damn him.
Hallelujah.
And the people in poverty, and they work them like dogs. You see, Mr. Trump gave the large corporations tax breaks and incentives. Can you imagine 17,000 plus people at GM? They're already losing their jobs. And the little small businesses depend on them. And Mr. Trump told Ohio the jobs are coming back. Seems to me they're leaving.
Right.
Because you have your confidence in Mr. Trump.
Yes.
Go on, Mr. Trump. I applaud you. I'm not mad at you. I don't care what nobody said about you. I bless you, Mr. Trump. You're doing the will of Yah.
Yeah.
That's right.
True.
I applaud you. I applaud the citizens. Keep up the work.
Yes.
We're ignorant people. We think we're smart, but we're ignorant.
Yes. True.
Hallelujah. He is prepared for the sinner. And they have gone to worship stones and those that carve images of gold and silver and wood and clay, and those who worship evil spirits like demons and all kinds of idols not according to knowledge. I've said it more than one time and I will not stop saying it. The white Baptist Jesus is different than the black Baptist Jesus. The black Pentecostal Jesus is different than the black Methodist Jesus.
Yeah.
The white First Baptist Jesus is different than the second Pentecostal white Pentecostal Jesus.
Yes.
And they don't give a darn.
No.
No love.
True.
This thing we call love, I don't love me.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
That's all right. I'd rather the babies love me and they be kind to me. I don't want it. Can I proceed?
Yes.
I don't care if you get upset with me.
Hallelujah.
That's a fact. I'm not here for silver or gold.
Hallelujah.
They have no knowledge. They shall get no manner of help in them. There's no help from each other.
True.
What do you tell those people who are maxed out on that 80, 150, 165,000 year salary? The husband working and the wife at GM. And they both, the little package they give you is nothing. You've lost your job. You got a $365,000 house. Payments run you $3,600 a month. What do you tell them? And what we call the little mom and pop that depended on the finances, that was distributed back into the community, that was a distribution. What do you tell them? What do you tell those poor people there in Maryland? 7,000, that is just the beginning. And your Mr. President gave these corporations tax breaks, and it's a shame that they will raise hell. I see people in stores of every skin tone. I see them white, I see them black, I see them Mexican.
Yes.
I will never offend one. And they swipe that little card. I know what it is because there's a flag on it.
Yes.
And these dirty dogs will offend one. You don't know their crises.
True.
I would never. As a matter of fact, when I see that, I move back farther because I don't want them to feel offended. And you give a dirty bastard that kind of money? You talk about welfare fraud and farmers, Mr. Trump. You take away the means to make money because of your illegitimate, ignorant ways. And yet you spend billions on them. It's evil.
Yes.
And yet, Mr. Ryan, you raise hell because a poor little Hispanic woman is on welfare. That's crazy.
Yes.
And that's a fact. You may not love me after this. Look what he says. It's so important. So important. I want to read it like he says. He gives us the reason why we become so wicked. Can I tell you what Hanuk says?
Yes.
He said, they shall become wicked On what account? Because of their nebula, because of their folly of foolishness. That's what makes us wicked.
Yes.
You cannot allow that to become part of your activity. You can't sit around acting like fools. He said, they shall become wicked. That is found in Hanuk. Listen, read the whole 99th chapter, since you like reading. They shall become wicked on the account of their folly, their foolishness, not nebula of prophecy, but nebula. They shall become foolish. They will become senseless. They have no attachment. They will become untouchable. Why? Of their own, their hearts.
Yes.
Their eyes will be blindfolded on the account of the fear of their heart and the vision and dreams which shall come upon this nation. We have so much nation come out of American system, come out of Canada's system, come out of their lust and their greed. Don't be a part of it. Don't let them shape your mind. Don't let the media, don't let television, don't let this vile genre they call music shape your thinking and your mind of logic. Yes. Come out of her, yes, my people, and be separate. For what reason? We as a nation, we may learn to love each other. The husband thinks he loves his wife, and that's why he marries her. After 6 months, you realize how much you love her. After a year, you say, whoa. After 2 years, you say, After 5 years, you learn to love her. Hallelujah. The time you spend and understanding her way is not so offensive. His way is not that bad. That's how. Yes. And then when you learn that, you learn to accept and appreciate each other. This is what we call, quote, the church, unquote. It doesn't give a damn about no one. They do things for their own pretense. True. I got this little email. Amazon shows where they have raised probably $100 million off the backs of people. Give a gift to Amazon. I will not give them one damn penny. I don't give Amazon. I don't give Walmart. Walmart. These really bastard sons of Mr. Walton and daughter, they got enough money to, all of them put up $100 million in it. Peace, you think they're going to do it? They may give $1,000. But yet they want the clout of that. Yes. Right. No, I'd rather see a bomb on the street, we will call. Hallelujah. Mister, you got $1 you can give, I give you $5. What are you going to do with it? I'm hungry. Okay. I don't question the legitimacy of your hunger. I give you $5. But I tell you what, don't buy no whiskey because I'm a butcher. If you buy some wine with that, I will break your leg the next time I see you. You understand, I get by with people with that. Yes. It's just a fact. I do. Yes. Because of their folly, our hearts are turned darkened. You don't let someone just play around with folly. Right. What are you telling me we don't laugh? There's a time for laughter and rejoicing. There's a difference between folly and foolishness. Yes. And one of the warmth of the heart they rejoice in, and the laughter brings a spirit of great excitement. Yes. Well, the tongue is what? Oh, my, oh. You never saw someone do that? Silly one? Yes. Fool. Hallelujah. You never seen someone in the tears of great agony, even love, and yet they're crying, and that's laughter. We're some silly people. That's why we can't be loved to our own self. True. Read this book and determine what it says. True. That was found in the writings of Hanuk, the Nobi, Hanuk 99. Hallelujah. Well, that doesn't express that you can utilize that language. Well, Hanuk used it. Yes. Well, let me go to the Father. Can I please? Yeah. Now, here's the wisdom of Shlomo. He tells me how to mark a fool. He said, you want to know that's a fool? This is how you mark him. He says this in Mishlei. I will read and tell you. He that hides hatred with lying lips. Oh, I love you, brother. You're my brother, but I know I don't like you. I know my love is not genuine. I know it's not sincere. He that hides hatred with his lip, and yet he utters a dibah. Let me paint the example. I tells him I love him. I tell him that. And yet I will slander, I will dibah. What that means, I will whisper. You know, Zakina, you said this.
Yes.
And I will go to him and defame your personality, your person, and say that you're doing me evil and you're doing me wrong. You don't treat me kind. You don't respect me.
Yes.
You see, we don't know what words imply.
Hallelujah.
That's why we're ignorant. We haven't been taught. That is what slander is. It is the dibah. That's what Moshe would have said. With slander, there's a comma there. Shlomo says that one is a fool. So if I come to you to slander him, no, if I got something to tell you about him, I get us all together. And I will not come to you and tell you about him. I will get the ones that are older. That's when you know that someone is a fool. When someone comes to slander, or when you get together, there's a slandering or defaming. You know you're a fool. Not the one that you oppose. Fool. It's not that one, but you're a fool. That's the mark of a fool. So if you're ever in the company of one like that, I want to tell you something, but you know that they're fools. That's why they whisper. That's why it's the spirit of guile and treachery. I have a powerful teaching on that. One of you all can teach it. Search the Torah. He says, he that hides, you know there is sonay. You know you don't love me. Oh, I love you. You know you're false. There's pretense. How is hatred with lying lips? Yah says that is a lip of lying. Come on. That statement stands by itself alone. And he that utters a slander, a dibah, comma, don't utter slanders, is a fool. One that is arrogant. One that is a kassel. They are stupid. They are simpletons, but yet they want to project themselves as though they're wise and smart and strong and they know everything. That's a fool. Fool.
Yes.
There's one out there. It would be a blessing if that one is listening to me. They'll go back and listen. They don't love me, but that's all right. The devil doesn't love me, but Yah does. I don't have a problem with that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's how you will know a fool. So if you embrace someone, you're all in a conclave, and they begin to slander, you know that's a fool. Yes. And what's over the years as we have as men, we could talk about it. And I've watched the conclaves they would gather. Where are they now? Every kind of despicable sin, corruption.
Yes.
They're under the bondage of. I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm very free. That's right, my friend. For whom the Son makes free, He didn't set me free. He made me free. He created that mind in me by shut your mouth, boy. Listen to what? Listen to what the Zochim says. That's for you. Yes, sir, it's for me. Only for me. Rebuke me. I don't have no problem with that. I don't get angry. I don't get upset. That's found, listen, read the entire chapter. You'll find it. In Mishlei, Proverbs 10. All right? Yeah. Proverbs 10. Can I move a little farther? Yeah. I want to go to Proverbs 12. All right? Let me read. All right? Yeah. So that you will know that I am not conjuring up lies. Everything that I will speak is from the book. Yeah. Everything that the book in its superb fashion, it speaks to the nation. And every superlative, every adverb, every verb, every noun, I will read according to that. I was talking to a precious friend the other day. I said, I want to ask you a question, my son. Every word that I've spoken, would I use the word while as fools? Did I quote what Yahshua said? What Yah says? Nabiim. So how did I bring an injunction against myself? So I did not put my own wisdom in that. No. I spoke it the way it was written. True. I spoke it. So these newer translations, they want to call it dignified, but it's not dignified. No. Yah calls us wild asses. Hamor. We're wild as hell. We get mad when truth touch us. We're going to hell. And nobody's going to redeem you from that place. Look at the wisdom of Shlomo. He talks about the derech. That's the path, the way one halach, the way one walks, how a studious one, how they carry themselves. You will know, he says this, the way of a fool, one that is eved, one that is stupid, one that is dumb, one that is arrogant. The way of a fool is upright in his own eyes. See, a fool thinks that everybody's against me. I don't care if you're against me, because Yah is for me. It makes no difference who's against me. If Yah be for me, who can be against me? And I will not allow some petty juvenile ways of your judgment of me. It means nothing. It carries no weight with me at all. Period. I shall, my friend. The way of a fool is upright in his own eyes. A fool thinks that everything that I do is right. A fool thinks my ways are the right ways. They're always right. Well, I don't see, well, I got a problem with that because you're a fool. True. Wise man hears, he ponders, he weighs the matter. A fool will rise up, they will raise their voices in a concentrated. That's what a fool does. True. There's no meaning to their voices. There's no substance. There's no value. They rail and they raise hell. That's what a fool does. Yes. I'll prove it in the teaching today. Hallelujah. Whoever fool is upright in his own eyes, but he that listens to Musa, counsel, is wise. I don't care. To the pure, all things are pure. Hallelujah. All things. I don't care what it is. To those that are defiled and unbelieving, there's nothing pure. I don't care if someone charged me wrong. I said, okay, examine yourself. Yeah. To make sure that that substance is not found in you. Yes. So that's what the counsel of Yah, it is his Musa, it is his discipline, it is his rebuke, it is correction. Yeah. You know you're dealing with the fool when they get upset and they can look in your eyes and you know they're corrupt and they despise what you say. That's a real fool. Hallelujah. Can I show an example? Yes. You that are parents, raise children, you have spanked them and they look at you like, stop that. Hallelujah. Stop that. Yes. Hallelujah. My mother began to drop that dime on me. All I could do was just, you can put those hands up. Yes. If she dropped the dime on you, you knew that that was a dime dropped on you, boy. All you could do was cry and just plead for some deliverance. Yeah. When she finished, she finished. I did get whippings. Yeah. Would have been nice if it was only one. My mother was brutal. That's fact. And I lie to you now. See, a fool in his own ways, he thinks he's wise. That's two indications of fool. I want to give you another one. Yes. That's from Proverbs 12. Read the whole chapter. I want to give you one in Proverbs 13. Hallelujah. This will give you plenty of reading. Yeah. You that love to come in here and read, well, you'll have enough to keep you busy all this week until next week. Look what it says in Proverbs chapter 13. It says this. Read the entire chapter. It says that when a man is prudent, every prudent man, he deals with knowledge. He has da'at. He knows how to discern. He knows his limitations. A fool doesn't know his limitations. No. A fool can do everything. That's why they're fools. And you do that, well, yeah, I can figure it out. You can't figure it out. But a wise man, one that is prudent, he deals with Dawid. But a kesed, a fool, one that is stupid, one that is arrogant, what he would do, he would lay open his folly. He would tell you, he will show you his error. He will show you, I despise what you say. I can do it. I can do it myself. You are a fool. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. Mama, I can raise my baby. You're a fool, woman.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me I love you. But that's why he ordained the mothers, the imam and the older ones to teach the young ones how to love your man. How to make him strong in the sense that my attractiveness and my beauty, look at me, and you will know his strength. You will know him by the visual of me.
Yes. Hallelujah. Come on.
That's just a fact. I don't care. You don't love me. The devil doesn't love me. And she will say, sit down, because I love you. Yes, she does. I do that for us.
Hallelujah.
You learn the process of love through your comradeship. It is developed. In all these years, it is love. I don't talk about my issue. There are times I integrate her in teaching. It will be 50 years ago when I saw as a young 14, 15-year-old boy. I knew that was my wife. I wasn't marrying no one else. How about that? I knew I would marry no one else. And I could have. That was my wife. That was what it meant for me to love.
Yes.
That's right. She is the beauty of my strength.
Hallelujah.
Her beauty makes me strong. Her discipline, her love, her obedience, her kindness.
Hallelujah.
You can't do nothing, but it breaks your heart.
True.
You do something that is ill, you hurry up and repent of that and get it right.
Hallelujah.
Let me move on. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This is found precisely in Torah. Here it gives me a great indication what a fool will do. It's found in Proverbs 23. Listen, read the entire chapter. You'll find it. It tells us to speak not in the ears of a fool.
Yes.
Don't even talk to a fool.
Yes.
Don't play with a fool. Speak not, utter no words in the izin or izin of the ears of a fool, of a counsel, one that is stupid. You know he's stupid.
Right.
It's almost like a parent saying, boy, you stupid. But yet, I utilize the word fool, and you think that I'm wrong. Boy, he is so foolish. Look how I cut the fool. Look at the way he does. Ooh, he's a fool. What a fool that. In my days, they would say it like that. He's a fool man. Yeah. Look at that. He's a fool man. Call no brother. Who is the book written to? Only those of the house of YisraYah'ale can understand the book.
Yes.
Speak not in the ears of a fool. Why? For he will booze. He will despise you. He will hate you. He will reject you.
True.
She will be mad at you. Speak not in the ears of a fool. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise. He will despise what? The wisdom of your words.
Yes.
The hukmah, the instructions of your word. Mother say to a younger daughter, now do it this way, that way, that. They despise that. They get silly. First thing, nobody tell me, you say something to a young man, even an old man, that think because they're gray-headed and they're old, that means they're wise. That doesn't mean you're wise. The men that are 25 years old got more gray than I got. 30 years old.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yes.
They have more gray than I do. And that doesn't mean that one is wise. No. But you don't speak in the ears of a fool. And that's it. You don't say things that are secretive to a fool. Because they will despise you. They will hate you. They will sonay. They will reject you. That's what a fool will do. They will despise the wisdom. What is wisdom? The experience. Why do you think he commands the old mothers to teach the young women how to love their husbands? Yes. Because she's been around. She's gone through the storms and the weathering of life. And then in a lot of years you can see her beauty. And the man can look at her face and just see how beautiful her lines are in her skin. I love looking at that. Yes. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I would say you're a beautiful thing. Have fun. The skin, the lines, it's just a fact.
Hallelujah.
So precise, so clean, so I like that. Hallelujah. And so the elderly mothers teach the young daughters to abandon your follies, talk to your man right, and love him.
Hallelujah.
I'll teach you how to love him because you don't know how to love him.
True.
Your silly, immature ways. And then what she does, a man that finds an excellent wife, she adds years to his life. Not a fool of a wife. He will hate many occasions because your fool will bring a damp on it. I'll get to something here. Let me move on. I want to finish this today. I got so many things that I want to bring into focus. In the latter part of this year and into the year of Yah's new year. I haven't forgotten. All this is a part of 2019. This shall be one of the most gravest identifiers of the people of YisraYah'ale. They believe the foolish prophets. You see them on the corner and they have no wisdom. They are stupid, they are immature, they're young, and silly little wild asses. They're fools. And there's nothing but folly out there. They denigrate the women. They say all kind of things to them. All kind of demoralizing things. Use some of the most foreigners of epithets. You know it's foolishness. You know it's foolishness. You know it's not sincere. And I say to your mothers and your men, the reason you can't teach the young daughters how to love because you never know how to love. And the reason you old man cannot be an example, a bona fide example for the young men, because you're full of your foolishness and your frivolity. You're silly. You can get around others with your foolishness, but around me, you can't do that. That's why I tell people, call me. You know that people will call and say, well, can we visit? Why do you think we're on the world wall? Not. When people say, what is the address? I don't even respond. The telephone number is there and everything. You all accept. I don't even respond to people like that. Because it's a stupid question.
Yes.
It's foolish. Yes. I don't waste my time. I don't do it.
Yeah.
That's why they feel you're with me now. Us in the bosom of our year. That's all right with me.
Yeah.
You know it's all right. It's all right. Hey, hey. It's all right. All right. Let me move. YisraYah'ale. This is one thing you don't do, people. This is what Shlomo warns us in Mishli, Proverbs 26. Hear me.
Yeah.
That's why you don't allow no one to tell you any kind of joke.
No.
You don't allow them to do this. This is what he says here. Yeah. He says, answer not. How would I know? A fool, a kesed, someone that is stupid, someone that is silly. Answer not a fool according to his folly, Only a fool can ask you a question that is full of frivolity, according to the Evel. They will ask you a question, so okay, well, what about me? Because they mock Yah when they're guilty. You know you're guilty of the matter. Yes. And so they would ask you a question. You don't answer a fool according to their folly. Hallelujah. Don't even answer them according to their folly. Why? Least you be like them. You will be a fool like them. I don't play with fools. I don't laugh with fools. I don't play with fools. Hallelujah. I don't laugh with fools. I don't laugh with my sister natural. I don't laugh with my brother. Hallelujah. I don't play with fools. No. I don't play with fools. No. You never answer the fool, because if I incorporate myself, well, they're going to have their damnable lot celebrating him. And while they just celebrated this damn hog day and chitlin and ham and lobster day, crab dressing day, they call it Thanksgiving. It's a lie. Sure. Hallelujah. I said to one, he got offended. I said, what? You tell me this is a time to be thankful, when yet we are not a people that is remorseful? True. Right. You butchered and killed a people. You robbed them. You stole. You pillaged their house. Go to hell, man. When I talk like that, people really get afraid. They like, whoa. Because you're not going to disperse that folly to me. Hallelujah. Damn Christmas. Let it be damned in the canyons of hell. Yeah. Yeah. Damn it, it's a lie. Hallelujah. It's a flat out pagan lie. Yeah. I believe in the more damn. I'll keep this. I get the feast days ready here, so let me proceed to follow. All right? Yeah. Hallelujah. You don't answer fool when someone wants to play foolish. You don't answer them according to their folly. You don't do that. Why? You will be found of the same jester. You will do the same things. So you don't let a fool get by with their folly and their frivolity. You don't let a fool get by with that. I will let a fool know you're acting foolish. Don't be a simpleton of a fool. I will tell you that's a stupid question. Yes. You would have got an answer by observation. That's how you know a fool is a fool. You observe one's ways, their attitude and their actions. True. You observe them. Right. You got silly ways. You chime up at a drop of a heart. Your emotions drive you, your little pity-added juvenile, boyish, girlish spirit. That's what captivates you. You're not mature. Grow up. Hallelujah. Become a man. Act like a daughter of Zion. I will preach. He said that it would be demonstrative in times. I will be quiet. I won't act silly though. Hallelujah. These whole houses will be full today. There are many of them. Seventh-day Adventists and all of them. Right. These whole houses tomorrow will be full. They will put on every kind of clown performance. Sure. It's near the pagan days, so they may have a Christian jokester come in and tell jokes and mock them. And mock the one they call the messenger. Right. They got Christian clowns and Christian joke telling. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Christian jokesters. Nothing. Because the whole paradigm of it is of a jokester. It's a joke. It's a lie. Fool. Can I proceed a little further? Can I tell you, that was found in Proverbs 23. Here's one that is profound. I've got to get busy here. Hallelujah. Yes, okay. Proverbs 26. That was where that one was found. I will show you something here, what Shlomo, as he watched his compadres, those that he had entrusted and those that had for their own gain, how they had turned against him and would steal and do their things. You understand? Yes. He makes a statement here, and this is what he compares a fool with. Once one is birthed of that foolish spirit, they're going to always go back to the puke of folly. Right. This is what Shlomo says here in Proverbs 26. He says, as a dog, it killeth.
Yes.
A vile, unclean thing is what a killeth is. As a dog returning to its cage, its puke. I used to watch as a kid, the dog would puke, they would lap the puke right back up. He says the dog returns to its cage, its puke, its vomit. So does a fool returns back to his folly.
Yes.
You seek out those that you can sit around with and laugh all day. Your laughter becomes so insane that you lose control of yourself. You can't even control your laughter. That's foolishness. That's foolishness.
Yes.
And a fool will always return back to folly. A fool will always go back to folly. When there is a serious encounter, they want to go back to something that is silly, stupid, and dumb. I don't care how serious the encounter is, they like folly. They're like dogs. I got that one right, didn't I, son? That's a fool.
Yeah.
That's a real fool.
Yes.
That's a fool.
Yes.
They love that.
True.
I don't care how intense the serious nature of a matter.
True.
They like to go back to that. They want to incorporate that in that. That's a fool. That's something y'all got for a fool. You ain't not going to live, fool. Fool. That's what they do.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. As the dog returned back to his vomit, a fool, someone that is stupid, they always go back to their own folly, their own evil, the activity of foolishness and simplicity. You see, I break every word down, son. I do. I break them down. And I look up the same meanings over and over again. Why? Because we can forget and we are forgetting people, all right? Well, that will give me more depth of how do I understand a fool. This is what Sirach says. Write it down, Sirach 8. Read the whole chapter. This gives you a month's worth of reading. Just one teaching.
Hallelujah.
Sirach commands us this. Sirach. He says, do not consult with the fool. Don't have no entertainment. You know they're foolish.
True.
You know they're foolish because Yah is far from their conversation. There is no correction. There is nothing that talks about the beauty of Yah. There is no identifying with consequences and the beauty of reward. They will never talk about anything but foolishness. He says, do not consult with the fool. Don't have your conversation with fools. Don't sit down and eat with fools. I will not. He said, don't consult with fools, for he will not be able to keep anything secret. That's what a fool. They're going to tell somebody. They may not tell it direct, but they're going to tell someone. That's why we need to learn quietness. And when we fellowship with God, it should be about the things of Yah. It is right. But what about you men, folks? That's what we're going to talk about. Talk about building something, getting these gardens ready, and getting these fields plowed and the roads ready, and building that. Oh man, that wood was a mess. Tell me. I have to struggle with it. That's all right, but I'm going to make it work. It may be crooked, but that's all right. We'll make it right. Cheap wood. Board split halfway. You pay pennies on the dollar for what do you expect? I had him like that, my friend. How do you put that down? Come, young blood, give me a hand on this. Push that thing. Give me a hand, my friend. Listen, it says, do not consult with the fool, for he is not able to keep a secret.
Yes.
SHABBAT chapter 8. Can I read this? This is what people will say. You will know they're fools. Nobody loves me. Nobody's friendly with me. They don't treat me nice. That's a damn fool. How do I know? Because I read what the book says. Because we're not adamant students of Torah. That's why Yah ordained messengers to teach us and to break it down. You read, but you get no comprehension.
True.
When the professor would say, when I was in college, I want you to read chapter 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in 2 days. Get out of here. He knew that you could not comprehend everything. But he knew that as he began to speak, there would be things that you could identify. Oh, okay, yeah. And you know you skimmed through that. Okay. You didn't even speak, read, or brush through. You just, okay. I remember that word. Yeah, yeah, baby. Got you. He ain't got nothing on me. He got everything on you. That's why he told you to read it. So we have learned to read, but we haven't learned to read well. Because in that reading, we have not learned to comprehend. Listen to what SHABBAT says here. I want to read it now. This is what a fool will say. The fool says this above all things. I have no friends. Nobody's friendly with me. Well, then, you're not friendly, fool. You show yourself friendly. And that's what the fool says. Nobody treats me nice. I have no friends. Man, I know them brothers ain't, they ain't your friend. I don't want to be your friend, fool. Fool. These are the utterance of a fool's mouth. Nobody's friendly with me. I seen him, he's friendly with him. That's what a fool says. This is the book here. You can't get around this. This is going to rip your nasty, wicked, devilish heart out. You can't get around this. Nobody treats me nice. Who are you treating nice? Fool. Who are you kind to? Fool. It is one thing that even you can learn with children. Actions reciprocate those actions. If you're kind to someone, even a dog will be kind to you. A dog will lick your hand. You give a dog a biscuit, a honey. You give him something to eat, the dog will come and sniff you out. This is what a fool says. I have no friends. Your commands us to love our Raca as we love ourselves.
Yes.
That's what the whole book contains upon. Loving Yah with all and loving your neighbor like yourself. Your friends.
Yes.
And that's why YisraYah'ale must be a friend. YHWH is our friend, and we must be a friend one to another. Do you mind doing anything for YHWH? Would you sit down with him if he was here? He's here. That's the way we consider a friend. We will do anything for them. We'll sit down with them. We'll have no acts against friends. We're full of our dirty, filthy ways. We're just foolish. Not only do they say that, you know why they say they have no friends? I do all this and I do everything. I have no Torah, no thanks for all of the tough things I do. Nobody congratulated me. Nobody came and said to me, you did an excellent job. You see, Yah got us, doesn't he? Nobody is thankful for what I do. Man, I do all I know. Ain't nobody saying thank you, man. That's what a fool says.
Yes.
I will, my friend.
Hallelujah.
was thinking about my friend yesterday, and I said, you know, yeah, all of you all have been here a long time, many years, 20 years. But he came with me from J Street. We deal with each other that way too. You were a young son. He had a responsibility he was taking care of. He put down everything. He did. Worked hard every day with me. He didn't disappoint me and I didn't disappoint him. That's why when he came in other night, I said, no, Zucky, my Zucky will get that. Any day, pleasure to do it. Come on in the house, man. You're tired. Don't worry about that. Y'all just come on in. Zuck ain't handle that. He doesn't mind. Just come on in the house. Hallelujah. But that's what when we're foolish, that's what we say. Nobody appreciates what I do. I appreciate what everyone does. Even you that are nutty, fool. I like that. Because I'm a killer. I don't bear the sword in vain. That's a fact. I don't have no friends because at least they would say I did something. Man, they don't brothers down there. They ain't talking that talk. I did that. I built that. And I did split some wood. This is how we talk because we're foolish. As the old folks who say the reward is going to come. And I'm going to get my kingdom blessing. When I see him, where I see him? I see him in us. With all our fragile ways. You won't get by with me. Why do you think this place is empty like this? Get out of here. That's why. That's what a fool says. I have no friends. I have no thanks for all of my tough deeds. Everything you do, fool, is tough, isn't it? Your stupid, immature ways, but it's tough. Your insensitive mannerism, your dejection, your rejection, no kind of sensitivity or love or care, but yet you think nobody appreciates it. My tough deeds. That's what a fool says. And you are a fool. And they eat my bread and don't say a thing about me. They don't even say that bread was tough. Well, it wasn't tough. You say that? Well, I'll say to my, I didn't like that. Wow. Let me taste it. That's tough. I said, okay, you can have mine. Uriah, I don't know what, Daddy, just let me taste it again. Taste it. Keep on tasting. You finish it for me. You ought to be thankful, Uriah. I am. I got some of that rice and egg in them. Let me have that, don't I? Fact of the matter. Truth. Preaching man. And it is. Hallelujah. Nobody gives us things. That's found in SHABBAT 20. Let me bring something home to us, SHABBAT chapter 20. Well, I want to show us something. All of you that are listening. You that will listen to this at some time or season in your life. I speak to us few here. I want you to hear this. And this is from one of the wisest individuals that have ever created the manuscript of Torah by the wisdom of Yah. One that Yah put the pen in his hand to write. And this is what he warns us with. He says this in Kohati in Ecclesiastes. Listen. He said, dead flies cause the ornament of the apothecary of the healing medicines to send forth a boash. It stinks. It stinks with a rotten odor. Do you understand? If you allow dead flies, he says, the maggots and all, it causes a stench. The aroma, it doesn't smell nice. What's this? This stinks. It doesn't smell nice. Then he says, so does just not a lot, but a little. Ma'at. Just a small amount of sickluth. See, sickluth is that you're sick and silly. I don't like to be around nobody silly. And you can tell someone is silly because they always want to laugh. And everything that's a component of life, that's silly now. I'm just telling you. He said just a little of that. It's just like having dead flies and maggots in the healing oil because the aroma stinks. He says so. He gives us an equation of equalness to this. So does just a little. He talks about a mi'at. It doesn't have to be much. It doesn't have to be a lot. He says, so does a little folly, sickluth, him that has, that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. So what does that mean? That as a man that has a reputation of a little honor and a little wisdom, for me to allow or to integrate a little folly in it, he's a sick man. Same thing with all men and old women, the same thing. It's a stench. And all that I say means nothing. We have to be, we must have composure.
Yes.
At all times.
Hallelujah.
At all times. We must. Because if we don't have that composure, just allow little Santana. Let me tell you a joke, you tell me nothing.
Hallelujah.
And I know how to look at people. Believe me, when I look at them, they're like, okay. So you tell them no jokes. See, I don't want to hear your joke. Well, it's not funny. It is. That's why you want to tell it.
Yeah.
You started off with a lie.
Right.
It's not funny. It is funny. You don't have a joke unless it's funny. It is right.
Hallelujah.
And that's the folly of this hour. You got this group on this corner, blessing this group, whether they're a whole house or church.
Right.
Those standing out there all day today, calling this one derogative, this one. It's so foolish.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's immature. And they don't have a pot to urinate in or one to throw it out of. That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes.
We don't have no money, but what God has blessed us to combine the little resources.
Hallelujah.
And you have a beautiful place in there.
Hallelujah.
Clean,
Yes.
wonderful food.
Hallelujah.
Our children raised properly.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Hallelujah.
Pleasantry. The warmth.
Hallelujah.
I was thinking this morning, y'all, what would I rather be? Cold or hungry? Both of them are miserable.
Yes.
But if I had my choice, I'd rather be hungry than cold, because if I get warm, I can deal with the hunger pain. But when you're cold, it just began to. And yet our babies are warm, our homes.
Yes.
And y'all send witnesses here all the time. The school inspector, what a place. Who built this?
Yes.
The deputy sheriff, this is so awesome. And we don't think you will go to hell as far as I'm concerned. It is an awesome place.
Hallelujah.
And this is awesome.
Hallelujah.
That's right, son. You did this. Who else did it? We couldn't pay nobody to do it. That's a fact. So nobody's going to tell me this is a miserable place. You're miserable because you're foolish, you're evil, and you're damn wicked.
Yes.
You can't learn companionship with YisraYah'ale, and you got your dirty faggot next door to you, and a damn fool next door, and you live with them in York and Lab. Go to hell. Man, woman, your whole house will go. And you going to despise me? Go to hell. I don't apologize. That's right, son. I don't apologize for that. You can live with a dog. And live with one that you endure for a season. And maybe your love and kindness will help me. And you will go next door to dogs and you will not even mention the name of Hamashiach. You live like dogs like them. They won't know nothing about you. You have no expression of the might of the Most High. You act silly like a jackass like them. You clown. And you tell me it's difficult to love me? The fellowship with me? Go to hell. I say it that way. You don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, he told folks to go to hell. Undoubtedly, that's where you're going. To hell. Yes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's right. So just a little folly, him that has reputation of wisdom, you stink. That's why I tell Akeem, I'm hard on Akeem. Don't act silly. Don't play that way. Change even your expression. Because I let folks know when I'm dead serious. Even in any matter, I'll let you know. Because I don't play. I don't play. That I don't do. There's only one person I plead with. That's a fact. Nobody else. Well, I'll let the little ones take advantage of me. They are the only one. It is one thing, YisraYah'ale. In that foolish state of mind, we will never be able to do one thing to process the wisdom of Yah's understanding. We will never. That was found in Kohati, Ecclesiastes chapter 10. I will read this what Shaul writes unto Timotheus, his beloved Achim. He had some immature ways because he was young. Yeah, don't do that to the Zachim. Just don't rebuke the elders because you have the oversight. And don't let someone lie to you about an elder. And when you have a testimony against someone, let it be in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Yeah. Just don't, no. And you judge the personality of the one that the opposition is against. And you will know if she's a fool, he's a fool. And no, something is not right with that. I believe it's more of you. And people don't like that when you open up the avenues of their own folly. They don't like that. But look what Shaul says, his beloved young his brother, his friend. He says this in 2 Timothy. Listen. He said, we are a people that we're always learning, ever learning, but we're never able to come to the knowledge, the wisdom, the discernment of Torah. We're not able to do that. Yes. He says, I want to show you an example. There was one by the name of Yochanan, and there was one by the name of Mamre, Jambres, and also Janice. He said they withstood Moshe. They got mad at him. They were upset with Moshe. So do these that resist unto that you oppose the truth. You oppose the truth about any kind of correction. You oppose anything that shine the lights on your stupidity and your ignorance. That's the way we are. We don't want nobody to shine the light on us. I don't have no friend because nobody said that she stayed out all day for an hour and helped the children. That's so silly. You know how to have praises if you've done something from your heart. I don't want nobody to know what I do. You understand? That's what he says. That's right. They withstood Moshe. So also the people today, they resist the truth. Why? Because they are corrupt. They are depraved in their minds, and they are also reprobate. They have not been proven by Emunah. They are reprobate in truth. They don't know. Well, look what he says here in 2 Timothy chapter 3. Read those chapter. He said, but they shall proceed no farther. Why? For their folly, the madness, and the foolishness of the expression. Can I give you an example? They were raised, they would get upset. But he did me wrong. Well, she didn't have, they just get crazy and insane. That's a rage of Hallelujah. Hallelujah, they're fools. They get upset at the smallest of things. Take it out on everybody. Change the whole attitude. That's why they can't grow in the power of truth. And they stay the damn same if they die that way. I will prove it. They never grow. It's the same things that trouble them. It's the same things that bother them. It's the same attitude every day. They never grow. They never grow. They never mature. That's a fool. I will. And by the way, I don't get no salary either. I got to work. Everyone would take off tomorrow, but I got a job to finish. I'll tell you what I did. I know I'm going to work early in the morning and a few things done. So I said I'd be greedy. I got me some of those big, thick French fries. Yeah, I did. Those steak potatoes. And I said, but Raphael, you know you do them right for me. But you don't do it like a kid does them, man. You add just a little more spices. Don't knock me out with the spices, but give me a little love. See, your potatoes, they have been weak. What they have? I said, they've been weak. I want some boom when I eat on one of those things. I don't want my mouth burning, but so I got me, I'll tell you the truth, I got me some condiments with that. I got me some. I got 3 things to choose from. There's chicken nuggets or chicken patties. And I said, I'm going to work in the morning. I want to eat at least 2 or 3 times tomorrow. I want you to have it ready by the time you all leave. I want it to be warm. And I eat until my gut gets filled. And I just said this. I lay my foot up on the desk and rest a little bit. And I go, I don't care if it's cold or what. I eat until I eat it all. And then I bought me some of that sparkling water. I purchased me a bottle of the strawberry. Yeah, it's hidden there. I don't care if I don't drink no water. That's what I'll eat tomorrow. Just get you eating. But I'm going to eat until I'll eat. How about that? Hallelujah. Their folly shall be manifest to what? When someone is foolish, all men, to all men, not some, call all men. Also, as theirs also. That's what YHWH says. When a foolish man is foolish, one that despises knowledge and wisdom, you can't say nothing. You know, I talk to people in the phrase, I say, stop. Don't raise your voice at me. You can hear the sharpness of their tone, and you know it's a spirit of resistance. But shut. Don't do that. No, you're not going to do that with me. You know what it is. And we don't realize the kind of mess we have in us. It's a blessing to have a brother to point it out.
Hallelujah.
An older sister that has, listen, you all, my Ema has been around a long time. We've been married a long, long time. We've lived honorably with each other. Faithful in every degree. I have been. And I will lay my life down the day that I know he is. So she has understanding of love, development, and how to show us, and the young daughters, and you that are listening. Because a man is happy, he's strong, he's healthy. Daughters, you bring life to your ish.
Hallelujah.
A tough wife will always make his health strong.
Yeah.
He lives longer. But don't be found a nagging heifer. Not a heifer, but a cow. Don't be found that way. Shut your damn mouth. Be quiet. In the old days, Papa comes in from that cotton field. I picked cotton before, you understand? Mama serves him that food, whatever it was. And she did not say a thing. Because she knew his pains, his agony. She knew he wanted to do right by her and the young ones. Yes, her and the young ones. And she was quiet. And when he talked, she talked. And her words were few. But today, this Jezebel spirit, just like Isabel, that her husband Nabal, a fool. He was a fool because she was a fool.
Yes.
And you beautiful daughters of Zion are meant to strengthen your ish.
Yes.
It's crazy that women want to get married just like I got a husband. If you've been married before you got married, didn't you? It didn't work, did it? And you think it's just going to be because I'm 45 now it's going to work. That's so silly. It's the same turmoils and the same agonies. Your mothers just look to serve the house of Yah. Pray. Bless the young daughters. What are you going to do anyway? So silly. I will never get married again. Never. And I'm virile and strong enough if something happened to my issue. Leave me. No silly woman. I don't need no wife after this one. That's me. There are men that need them. I don't need one after this one. Because I can never love another one. I'm just being honest with you. That's just me. I can never. And I would take no woman and put her under that duress. Let me move quickly. Can I ask you this? Now that was in 2 Timothy. Yes, 2 Timothy. I'm going to finish on time. 2 Timothy. Read chapter 3, read the whole chapter. I want to read, this is from the book of wisdom. This is Shalom Ogat. This is from the book of Chukhmah Sefer. This is what he says here. In chapter 3, read the whole chapter, wisdom. This is what Shlomo says. Listen, I want you to be careful to listen to this. Because Yah identifies his people. I'm his people. Yeah. You his people?
Yes.
Fool.
Yeah.
Look what it says in wisdom, Shlomo. Who so despise wisdom and nurture of instruction. The word instruction in the tongue of our forefathers, it is musar. It is the discipline. It is to correct. It is to rebuke, reprove, to set all things. And all. That's what musar is. Musar. So when one despises, one hates wisdom, and they don't want to be nurtured by instruction. What is that? Just like he nurtured his children in instruction, don't do that. Come here, put it down, we'll spank you. Just like sheep, just like you nurture the little ones. That's Musa. That's Musa.
Yes.
Yes.
I just haven't grown to that capacity, and I'll die that way, okay, so don't worry. So in wisdom and nurture of instruction, when we don't want no instructions, when you daughters, when you sons, when you YisraYah'ale get upset about everything, it's because of one thing. You don't nurture instructions. You don't nurture reproof and correction. You know why? Because you're miserable. That's what he says. He said, you're miserable. Nothing gonna make you happy. Because that one is miserable.
Yes.
They don't even have no tikvah. Quote, the hope, the tikvah is vain, and their labor is unfruitful. Everything they do, they think they should be rewarded with accolades and words, and they don't get that. They just, because they are miserable. I don't care what it is. They can have a house 10 times this big. Who's going to clean it? Why would I want a house 10 times this big? This right here is too much for me. Just this, not the house this big. I have a problem with my office. I have a problem with my little old office. Why would I want something this big? You're miserable. I don't care if you got something that's 10,000 square foot. They're miserable.
Yes.
They're miserable. They're miserable. Yes. And their works are useless and unprofitable. Why? They don't do it with a sincere motive. They don't love what they do. They don't love taking care of someone and being a blessing to someone. It's unprofitable. Then he says, this is why. The wise, they are foolish, and their children are evil. If you're a foolish woman, you cannot raise a child in the strength of nurturing because you don't want nurturing. How can you discipline a child when you don't want them to discipline you? That's crazy. What about you, preacher? Well, Yah has to help me in that one, okay? I'll be all right.
Hallelujah.
I'll be all right. You're miserable. That's the reason, because you are miserable. You are a foolish wife. Fool. You're just a foolish wife. You're so miserable. You take no appeasing in what you do. If you're happy in what you do, it's all right. I'm happy.
Hallelujah.
Happy. What I do. I'm not going to put anything on him that I can do. I'm going to have him stack my wood on porch stone when I get it. I don't mind going over there and that's right. Even my Jacques, I'll fill my own bins. How many bins y'all got over there full of wood? How many y'all fill?
It's probably about close about over 30 an hour.
I ain't just go around and get me a bin. That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Show him I appreciate what he does. Let me go do my own. And that's what I do. And I get my young Achim to help me. Well, I'll let them start. And I'll bring it in the house. How about that? All right. Hallelujah. That is the reason why YisraYah'ale, our work is useless and it's unprofitable, because you want accolades. That's a fool. Nobody tell me I quote a good person, unquote. You're a damn devil. That's what you is. You just a devil of a devil. You is me. Nobody tell me I'm sweet, because you're not sweet. Fool. You're not kind. You're not pleasant. Fool. I want you all to post and to Xerox me and to get me. I don't mind. Now this man is speaking this way. I want to incorporate this again. This is what your father is. Yah your Abba? Yes. He is Ma? Yes. Does he correct us? Yes. Why he corrects us? Because he has delight in his nation. So he corrects us. A father corrects his son because he has delight in him. He doesn't want to see his son going away and down a path that will bring death. Just like him would tell him one day what life and the power of life, trying to tell him. He was his age. Yeah. And he know what his age is when he get 20. He was his age. Been married 40 years and you going to tell him? Shut your mouth, boy. Listen to this. I'll tell you what I read from when I finish. Hallelujah. This is what the Nabi, the prophet Jeremiah says. Straight from the Shemayim, from the lips of Yah. He says this. Here, Jeremiah chapter 5. Read the whole chapter. This is what he says. I want you to shemach. Hear, listen, hearken, with one purpose, and that is to obey. Hear you this. There's a comment. He calls them sakala, foolish. Wild jackasses, fools. He says, foolish, you fool, you're silly people. That's another comment. He says, and you're without understanding, being, you have no ability to discern. You're without understanding of love. Your heart doesn't even know me. It doesn't understand me. You have eyes. You don't even see. You don't see your corruption. Let me tell you something. Nobody knows what that spot on your garment but you first. Let's get real. Nobody knows how tight those slacks are on your waist but you, And you're gonna flop it over. I know that one better than any man. So nobody knows where that little spot is on you but you, on your dress, on your slacks. You tried to clean it up and it's still there. Yes. He says, we're without understanding of heart. We have eyes where they don't see. Why? Because the first one you see in the morning, even before you see your wife, you see you. She's not the problem. You're not the problem to her. You're both of your own individual problem because you don't examine your wicked hearts. He said, but they don't see. They have ears. They don't hear one damn thing. That's what he said. You know this, yeah. Because he says, for my people. He says, for my people, they ears. Yeah, I say it that way. My. The prepositional phrase, my people is what? My people, they are evil. They're foolish. They despise wisdom. When they're guilty of a matter, they will say, I don't care what you say, man. I don't care what you say. They mock when they're guilty. They're never guilty. They're never guilty, but yet you call me guilty. Fool. Yah says my people are foolish. They are evil. They act like fools. We act like fools. He calls us fool. So I know a fool from one that is sincere. I know foolish ways with ways that are ordained by discipline of Torah. You all don't worry about reading, you all listen to me. That's our problem. You don't want to hear. That's why you want to read. I don't care who you is. I'm talking to you. There's nothing to read. Listen. That's the first word I read. YHWH 5:21. Don't. He says, hear. Shemach. You know, the person get offended when you say like that is a little boy. Mama say you can't do it. See, a little boy gets that way, a little girl. And that's just a fact. There's no level of maturity. You set a wise man in order, he's going to love you the more. Why can't you just even hear that? Just listen to what I'm saying. Just hear what I'm saying. Don't worry about where it is. You're not going to read it again, no way. Just hear it. And it will grow your faith. You know, now faith comes by hearing. It enters into our heart by hearing. You have adjudicated the Torah on your own stupidity and your own ignorant mind. It's almost like someone saying that I understand what it takes to facilitate the medical expertise. And you're a fool unless you have understood the anatomic of the body of man, or I can go out there and wail like you. That's stupid. I can't wail like him, or I can't even wail like him, or him. It's just flat out stupid. But I know one thing: if I listen to him, let him teach me, I'll learn how to do it. May never get as well as he is, or proficient, but I'll learn the basics. Because if there's anything more than the basics, I'm going to depend on you. And you depend on your stupid mind that they cannot extract from the dynamics of Yah's Torah. That's why he gave gifts unto men. And every man doesn't possess that gift. He says, my people, they are evil. They despise wisdom. They despise discipline. They despise every kind of counsel. And above all, when they know they're guilty, they mock that. I don't care what you say. I ain't not that way. Because that's a fool. They're silly. And they're stupid. And you will know one of the most foolish attributes of one. They always want to explain things. They got to explain away their guilt. The only one that's going to holler is where the rock hits. Ouch! If I hit you, don't have to holler. But I'm glad I want that rock. I want him to crush me. I want him to hit me every time. I want rock to hit me. He says they are, look at this now. He said they have not known me. This is what Yah says. They have not Yada. They have, when he says Yada, they have not experienced me. They have not experienced me through the pages and the chronicles of Torah. Then he calls us Zochar. Zochar. And they are sottish. They are fools. They are silly. They are stupid. They are immature, he says, and they are sottish. Is this y'all talking of the power of Jeremiah?
Yes.
Chapter 5, he said they are sottish. They are sottish children. They have no understanding at all. They're wise to do evil, but to do right, they have no discernment of what is right. They have no da'at. Did y'all lie about us?
No.
Did he tell the truth?
Yes.
That's us. We're sottish, we're sachan. We're foolish, immature, stupid people.
Yeah.
We're foolish and we're stupid. We're immature, we have no da'at. We have no knowledge. And you think it's, I think it's her, or I think it's him. And I got everything. No. That ain't how it works. If there's anyone in here, I don't care who's speaking. I don't care who. Every sin they expose, that's me. I identify with everything. That you can't even open your mouth. Let the Redeemer of your says so. Yeshua has washed me from all of my sins. I have redeemed. Let the Redeemer of your soul. I have redeemed your mind of Maria. Redeemer yourself, I've been the praises where you will never hear no name. I've been the places where you can hear a rap, urine, they don't come. That's a fact.
Yes.
But they're full of folly. Yes. So the service are coming. It is true. It is the truth. You can hear their folly. It becomes so boisterous, you can't even hear the one you're talking to. And that's a fact. But when it comes to the exhortation, the exuding of Yah, they can go out to the world like a jackass. Yeah. When it comes to Yah, they can never sing. It is right.
Yeah.
Something is sick in that mind. I'm glad that he awakened me this morning. You know, I slept a little late this morning because I didn't get up to 5. I'm usually 4. I was so happy. I went to bed last night. You know, after 6, maybe 7. I was gone. Well, you didn't call me. I said, you know what I said. Taking a shower. And that's when we lay down on that bed. And I'm not coming to get you. No more. And boy, was that sleep so romantic and sweet and pleasant. My sleep is always sweet. And that's what, you know that Yah has his hand when he gives you sweet rest. My sleep is always sweet. Rest that way. I've discovered these minerals that even help me sleep sweeter. Yah made the minerals all right. It's all right. I want to finish here. Hallelujah. This is what Shaul, this is what Jeremiah the Nobi. There was one that was a Shulishach. His name is Shaul. Same expression that Jeremiah chapter 5, read the whole chapter. Well, let's see what Shaul says in Galatians. This is something that must be taught in great depths here, the bewitching. Yah's will, I will teach that one day, I don't know when. You all came, you look into that. But look what Shaul says in Galatians chapter 3. Just listen to it. Just write it down and listen. I want your undivided attention. Yeah. He calls us, oh, foolish. Enoatus. Enoatus. Oh, foolish. You're unwise. You're silly. You're immature. He calls them Gulusha. He identified them. And then this is what he says. Listen to me, you all right? Hear what I'm saying. Who has bewitched? Who has charmed you? Who has bewitched you? That you should not obey the truth. What is truth? It's Torah.
Hallelujah.
Psalms Tehillim 119, 142. His Sadiq is an everlasting righteousness, and his Torah is the truth. Who has bewitched us? What kind of charm, what kind of satanic delusion that you've been under? Well, it's not me. It's you.
Yes.
You bewitch your own self. Why? Because you think highly of yourself? You think that you're the most intelligent? You think you can cipher? You don't. My grandmother would say you need to have a 3rd grade education. I know I don't. What have any of us done that anybody else is doing? A man got a college degree, but he's working like me. He's got a house payment like me. His vehicle runs the same kind of gas as mine. And because he got a PhD, that doesn't mean the gas go down when he comes in $1 a gallon, and for me it's $4. No, that doesn't happen. So what is the purpose of your education? What does it serve you? I'd rather be educated in this truth. Because I know one thing, that all this is going to cease. My life is going to come to an end one day. And you're going to be a straight up fool not to realize that. You're a fool and you're foolish, all right? Look what he said. Who have bewitched you that you should not obey the Torah, before whose eyes YHWH HaMashiach, he was clearly evidently set forth before your eyes. And not only that, but he was impelled among you. Listen to this now. He says, listen to what YHWH says. Listen to what he says. He says it like this. This only would I, Yada, learn of you. I've learned this of you. It was told of me, you silly. This only I've learned of you. I want to ask you a question. Did you receive the Ruach of the words of the Torah, or by the administration of the Torah? I'm going to teach on that. And that's not one of us. One of us understand the very works of the Torah. I got a powerful teaching on you. I'll show you. Because when you had a hard-headed young'un, there was no Raca, no kindness of Yah. Yah say, kill the bastard. He's rebellious. Cut his head off. Stone him. I to the young for the Dhamma. Yahshua HaMashiach. Habaruch Yah for the blessings of my HaMashiach. He said, how did you receive this? Or by, listen what he says now, or by the hearing. He didn't say the reading, but by the hearing of Emunah. Hallelujah. Then he asked the question, he asked, are you so, you're so stupid, you're so foolish, having begun in the Ruach, you're made perfect by your flesh, you think you, somebody, are you that stupid? You began in the Ruach and you think you can go, look what I've done. A hole in the garden, and you think that's acceptable unto Yah. I bake biscuits and yeast bread. Get out of here. And you think you have been made perfect that way because of the works of your hand. You are stupid. You think you should, there should be 12 accolades coming to you because he's a sweet brother. You're not a sweet brother. Because if you're kind of sweet, you don't need no accolades. I don't need nobody to tell me I've worked hard. I can tell when I go home, not I'm hurting here. I soak my foots, not my feet. So I'm going to soak my foots in some Epsom salt because I was telling my friend in the back, I said, put that, I had to come in every so and put that, what you call, for about 15 minutes on my back and let it massage me. Say, I can work for another 3 hours now. That's right. And go back in after that, about 15 minutes, and that's so nice, so nice. Now go back and work again. Your labor of work is no greater than no one else's. Yeah. You're silly to think it is. But look what he says. Look what YHWH said. He said, are you so foolish? Having begun in the Ruach, you are now made perfect by the flesh, you're complete. By actions you think are admirable, and everybody should speak accolades unto you. You are silly. That's an immature woman. Yes. And that's a very insecure, immature man. When they think that they, well, I bought some cookies for the youngest. They don't need no cookies. And teeth rotten out and all of that kind of mess. They don't need no cookies. And that's just a fact. And you won't actually seep upon you because you did that. Well, I cook. Well, you ate most of it anyway. So what? Let's get real. We got 30-some bins over there so everybody can stay warm. I appreciate that, I can. I don't want my stupid hand to go get no damn floor. I want my shopping taken warm and my shopping. I don't want to get no water into that bin with the whole guy. And close by. I don't want that old, my own emo right there to have to worry about carrying wood in the house. Put it on the porch for her. She needs you to stack it. Stick it in the house. If she wants you to. Maybe she wants it all neat in certain sizes. I got way too. I put all my hardwood there, I put my softwood there. I come in and put a piece of softwood, I put a piece of hardwood. Get out of the way, don't touch my wood now. I said, who put wood in the stove? I did. Don't do that. I got it. Well, you want here. I know, I was coming. And when my friend puts it in there, he just bang it up. Hardwood. No, I put 3 pieces at a time, son, that's all. I put 1 piece down. I stagger 1 piece and I put a piece like that. It burns right. That'll last. I can put 3 pieces of wood. That's all I put in my stove at night. It'll take me 3 or 4 hours. And when I have to get up, I go put me 3 more pieces. I don't expect, it's too hot. I like my room to be, I shut the door. I don't want the heat in there. I like to be around 60, 65. Your body doesn't have to do anything when it's like that. That's the perfect temperature for your body, 60 degrees. Hallelujah. Can I close out here? I want to close out here. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I want to go back. You should write, all right. I want us all, if you all sense that I'm this way, don't be subject to what I say today, okay? You run and you find your safety. And if you ask me to leave, I'll leave. I own nothing here. This is not my community. It belongs to YisraYah'ale. No, that doesn't mean you're just going to come here.
No.
That's a fact. This is not mine. There's nothing here I own but me. That's it. You are me. And this is what the precious know me. Just listen. I'm not going to tell you what I'm reading. He says this. You should never be under subjection unto this kind of person. Never speak against the truth. You don't know, shut your mouth. Never speak against the truth. He says you should be abashed, you should be ashamed, embarrassed of the error of your ignorance. If you do something in ignorance, you should say, I was wrong.
Yes. Hallelujah.
I shouldn't have.
Hallelujah.
You all listen to me, please. I'm telling you, listen to me. Of your ignorance. Be not ashamed. Listen. Don't be ashamed to confess your sins.
Hallelujah.
Confess our faults one to. He said, don't be ashamed. And we all are so full of pride, arrogant. We're standoffish, we're immature and childlike. There's nothing more damn stupid than a childlike man. And daughters of Zion, there's nothing more proven. When you're a childlike, you're stupid. That's just immaturity. And it doesn't take someone that's spiritual to read that. Listen. Do not be ashamed to confess your sin. What? And don't try to force the course of the river. You can't alter the river.
No.
You can't change that at all. Why? And then he tells us this. He's telling us the extremes of that. You can't alter or change the flow of the river. And then he warns us. Do not subject yourself to the underlining or the fellowship of a foolish man. Don't even let him talk to you. Don't allow him to dictate the conversation. Don't even subjugate yourself to the conversation of a foolish man. Well, you found that he's foolish, you're acting silly now. You're foolish. No, be quiet. I don't want to hear what you got to say from here. But don't subject yourself to a foolish man. Neither accept the person in the might with partiality. Well, I know it's silly, but I'll let you get by. No, I don't let you get by. I don't get by. I don't allow myself to get by.
Hallelujah.
And as deep as the gates of hell are, you're not going to get by with me with that. And I will not subjugate myself to any kind of a foolish, silly man, and definitely not a silly woman.
Hallelujah.
I won't subjugate myself to that. I despise silly women. There's a roachiousness of stink about a silly woman that just stinks. Silly woman is always arrogant. She thinks she got something. You have nothing that no one else has.
True.
Every woman is built the same. You have no more beauty than any other woman.
True.
I don't care if she's fat, thin, little or what. Still a woman. And when you're so unassured, you want you got to be unassured, and there's such insecurity there because you want everybody to think you're attractive. A strong man, he doesn't need nobody telling me he's strong. I got on those UPS drivers yesterday. I said, I want to tell you something. I see you when you come into our community. I saw you. And when I finished, I gave them both fists bump. Yes, sir. That's how they respond. Yes, sir. I said, give me, boom. All right. You'll be safe now, lad. Drive carefully. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they look and amaze me because they, well, look at him. I wasn't playing. I wasn't smiling. And I gave them details of why. The speed limit is that. Do it. Do it. You understand? And even with that, they went away with a very pleasure. All right, you young man, take you all right. You'll be safe. You don't give no place in no foolish man and no foolish woman. You tell them you're acting like a fool. Fool. Folks don't like me, y'all. Y'all just don't know that they don't like me. I'm glad they like the singing of YHWH and the playing. I like it too. I like it more than they do. Because I look forward to seeing it. I'm glad they like the way you all talk and preach when you get up here and all of that. I'm glad of that. I'm glad of that. But don't think you're going to come within the foolish because you like that. You're going to get that. You got to come straight. If you think you're coming here because you don't like me, and you don't have to tell me, that's all right. You're not coming here with no foolishness because they're not going to allow it.
No.
They won't even allow you to do that. That's a fact. Hallelujah. That's a fact. That's a fact. That was found in YHWH, chapter 4, verse 25. YHWH 4:25. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
There are a couple more things I want to read. And I want us to understand, when I was in school, they would say, I want your undivided attention. I don't want nothing to divide your attention from me. And I went to segregated school until the 9th grade of school, you understand? And my teachers were tough. They taught us toughness. They taught us intellectual analyzing processes. We didn't have all the fancy books. We didn't have no tablets to read. We read from books. And I learned everything in life, a lot of things by reading from books. And I would go to the library and read books. And I would buy books so I could read books. But there's no book. I don't need no other book now. This is the only book I need.
Hallelujah.
It tells me everything.
Hallelujah.
I want you all to hear this. I want to warn you all of us. YHWH tells us this. I want you all to hear me. He says, do not go to the Torah against a SHABBAT. Don't go to the Torah against one. You're going to orchestrate some verses, think you can talk down one that judge you. Don't do that. He gives us reason why. He says, for the decision, you go to the Torah and try to straighten out a wise man. He said the decision will favor him because of his standings. He stands right before you.
Hallelujah.
You're going to tell him that he's wrong, and you're going to find one verse, and he gives you hundreds. Don't do that with the messenger of Yah.
Hallelujah.
Because Raca says the Torah is going to favor him. He is a studious, and you're going to read a verse, you don't even understand what that word means. You don't do that. And that's what people try to do. I want to ask you a question. What does that mean? They got one little verse. Well, let's go with the element of what that pertains to. Let's search. Let's go back up into verse 27. You cannot understand verse 47 till you understand verse 27. That's the power of the mysteries of his Torah.
Hallelujah.
So don't think that you can go to the book and say, like many of the fools that were here, they were fools. I would teach and they would go to the book and say, see what he said. But it always favored me. Why? Because I'm still here. I'm healthy.
Yes.
I'm still strong.
Yes.
I eat well.
Yes.
And I'm happy. Happy. Because of Yeshua.
Hallelujah.
Oh, I am happy. Because of Yeshua. I am happy all the day long. Yeah, he fed me with understanding. He gave me nuts at night. He gave me tender of wisdom and happiness. I'm happy. I know I can see you, but I love you. So don't try to go to the Torah. Don't go to the Torah that you're going to straighten someone out. If you go to the Torah to straighten me out, it is to straighten you out, my friend. I don't go to the Torah to straighten you out. It straightens me out. And then I share with you with excitement what wonders the Torah has wrought in me. So don't go to the Torah thinking you're going to find something that's going to prove me wrong. I go to the Torah to show you how happy I am. That this simple truth has opened to me. So don't even come that way. Don't come here like that. Fact of the matter. Don't go to the Torah because the decision is going to favor the judge. And then do this. Don't you accommodate, do not travel by the way with a proud, fool-hearted man. Somebody that is so full of pride, they know everything. You can't tell them anything. That's a fool. Don't go the way where he goes. Don't travel with him. No. You drop me off right here. I'll walk the rest of the way. Oh, come on. No. Going down the road. I'll get there before you. Because your foolhardiness and your folly and your frivolity is going to draw you on a side path. And I'm ready to get home. I'm going home. So he says, don't travel by the way of a foolhardily fellow person. Why? Lest you be burdened. Yes. Or he will be burdensome to you. For he will act according to his own will as he please. He's going to do what he says. He's going to say silly. He's going to say stupid stuff. She's going to act silly. She's going to act immature. And then it says a comma there. There's a conjunction there. And through his folly, you will perish with him. Yes. Through his foolish, silly ways, you walk with him the same path. You're going down to the same rat hole. Yes. And that's why fools don't give a damn about each other. They squat each other up and they will destroy them. Because fools that talk foolish, they're going to take you down the same path. And you're going to perish just like them. You find someone in the foolish ways, you rebuke them. You're wrong. Stop that childish, immature way. I do it. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mama or your grandmama. I don't care if it's your grandpapa or your great-great-grand. If he got up out of the grave, I tell him, you're foolish, you're mad. And that's the way we do things. Yes. We'll close with this. That was found in Sirach. Find it. Don't worry about it. You find it. It was the truth. That was found in Sirach 8. Do that one. I want to read 2 more verses. And I want to close with this. I want you all to hear this. Look what it says. I want to read this. This is important. It says, don't ever forget this. When someone act out of the stream of Torah, when they despise wisdom, when one says, that's not right to do that, don't act like that. Why are you so distant from me? Why do you act like that? That's foolish. I don't care who you are. So it says this. When you find someone like that, a fool thinks that he or she has everything to offer. But this is what the wisdom of Torah teaches us. A fool's gift will profit nothing. It's not what they have. And a fool thinks that they got so much. Nobody appreciates how sweet I am. You're not sweet. When you're sweet, everybody will know it.
True.
And that's a pleasantry about you too. It's one thing I know. I don't give a damn. I say it that way. What do you think of me? My babies love me. That's enough.
Hallelujah.
They love me. And children show me they all do. Why do you think they always run to me? Poppy. You know what I want to take? No, go tell you. No, go back to you, Tavi. No, you're not sitting with me. I'm tired. See, there has to be something that is magnetic to the children that draws them. They may not hear me, but they hear me.
Yes.
So a fool's gift, it profits that one nothing. If you had such great gift of love, then why no one is embracing your love? Why no one wants you to embrace them? See, if you had that great, you will know how to embrace. You will know how to love people. You know how to be sweet and kind. You don't have that. But a fool think that I know how to love, baby. You ain't gonna tell me to love. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to be kind. They don't know how to be sweet. You can examine yourself by children. And I don't play with the little boys. Shut your mouths and eat. Don't say nothing. Quit doing your lip like that. See? I don't play. Shut your mouth. No, stop. Stop that. And they do it. Yes. They take your mama let them know you ate everything. I don't play with children because they're children. Yes. I want them to be like me. I'm not trying to be like them. I'm patterning myself so they can be like me. Yes. I'm not going to be like your sons and your daughters. Shut your mouth. You've talked all day, that's your problem. Eat. Yes. That is right. Yeah. It says, the fool's gift will profit you nothing. Neither yet of the envious for necessity. For he she looks to receive many things for one thing. They do something today, well, I did that, I swept the floor. You didn't do a damn thing. I baked biscuits. They look to receive many accolades for one little thing they do. That's a fool. They think what they do is so precious. And they will get mad as hell to become stupid. I cooked your meal yesterday. I want you to do me something now. There's nothing that arouses a man like that. There's nothing that makes me more angry when I know that one is a fool. I don't have to sit down with you. See, I watch, I observe all things. I see actions. I watch people. Yes. I see our demeanor. So a fool does something one time and they think that this is going to last forever. That's so stupid. True. They're so immature. See, it's one thing about the kindness of Raca. It makes you do it over and over. You never get weary in doing it. Yeah. I don't get weary in what I do here. Yeah. I said to my Ibn, my foots were so cold. I told my friend Ab, I said, my foots are cold. We're standing on that, doing that. So I put on my thick shoes, but the soles didn't make any difference. I said, well, I stay out here and I work. They get warm, and eventually, boom! Warmed up! Days I got warm. That's a fact. I want to close with this for us all. If you receive nothing today, receive wisdom, the hukmah. And that is, allow this truth to be an experience to you, and then you challenge yourself and to see if it's right. This is found in Mishli. This is the wisdom. Hear it. Shlomo. It talks about the crown. The crown of the wise is the richness of the wisdom, the knowledge, their understanding of matters. That's their crown. They don't have money. They don't have what we call the splendid things of life. They live simple. But he talks about, but the foolish, the foolish, the foolish, the foolishness of fools, that's their folly.
Yes.
Their stupidity, their ignorance, that's their crown. So if you want to know a wise man, you look at a wise man, his crown. Look at his rush. Look at his wisdom. You want to know a wise daughter, listen to her wisdom, her inspiration. Yeah. And it's one thing that wisdom always does. There's going to be a matter of correction in all wisdom. This whole book is about correction. It's about correction. And so a fool, you will see the crown of a fool's head. Laughter and folly and silliness, stupidity, clownishness. That's a fool. I didn't describe a fool. The book did.
Hallelujah.
Fool. Yes. These are not my words. Yah gives me warning to make sure you stay out of the presence of a fool. Fool. That's what he gives me. I don't play with no one. I've never played. I've never been in the social circus where there's laughter and clowning. I have never, I'm just being honest. As a young man in the social circles, we were doing what they call rapping. Not what they call rapping today. We would talk social events and environments. We talk on things like that. We talk from, we all were ignorant, but from an intellectual capacity. We were students of life and we would study things. And so we would gather together, we would sit down there with our legs crossed. I used to cross my legs, I kept my legs crossed. I can't cross them today for nothing. And that's what we would talk. We were engaged in intellectual things. All kinds of things. From politics, social activities. That's how we talk. And that's just a fact. And all of those, most of them that I would, they went on as far as the world's concerned to become successful. I was telling the deputy sheriff, I said, I went to school with men, they're doctors and lawyers. And I said, I went to school with 3 brothers, the Hunt brothers. All 3 of them are doctors. We went to a segregated school, you understand, son? And then he says to me, this was a big boy. He was about 6'6". He told me he was our king. He was big, big, deputy sheriff. He said, in all of their accomplishments, there's nothing what they've done is more awesome than this. Well, they became adopted by the intellect of others. This wasn't done by me. It was done by his people. It was done by YisraYah'ale and the faithfulness of those. And you that's in your offerings, when you come, there's one thing you will always get. A wonderful meal, a clean, very beautiful dining facility, and fellowship. You get wonderful food now. We cook well here. Clean food. You understand? Don't worry, I got you about the turkey thing and the chicken. I will show you. This is an ignorant people. They're stupid. I got together probably about a 20-page teaching. I want to break everything down, even from the science of zoology. People are stupid to understand. Some of the, what we call buzzards and vultures, some of the most powerful looking birds you want to see, some of the most powerful looking birds you want to see are those that are classified as that. I'm telling you, there's some vultures that look like eagles, and they're back to the bone. That's right. They look like eagles. They look like falcons. Not what we have this, you know, what is the anaconda? There are only two types of vultures or buzzards in America. The anaconda, or which is it, the buzzard or vultures? Vulture. It's the anaconda and the condor. Yes, sir. Only 2. That's it. You don't ever see them. They're up so high. They zoom above the heavens. And so in my study of the science or ontology or zoology, or ontology, that's what I said, my friend. I've learned that, you know, there are so many, the species of, well, you know, the species of birds, they say they don't even know. It's no accurate figure. There's some say 12,000. As high as 18,000 species of birds. That's a fact. How do you know? Because I do my study on things that I think that are important. And so come on down, fool, and I'll feed you some turkey. How about that? There are those that don't like me and they resist me. One said, you need to sit down and let's not get rid of me. His voice is strong. I know it's strong. With tenacity. I know it's got tenacity. If that's how you say that word, tenacity, that's all right. I'm not afraid of that. I wouldn't be at all. They told me I look so aloof. I don't even look like I know what I'm saying. I just look so distant. Me? I don't get that, my friend. Come on, see me. I'll fry you up some turkey wings, not wings. Do you some barbecue turkey wings? That's bad. Some barbecue turkey wings. And what do we have with that? Some nice rice. But I do some barbecue turkey wings. That's the best part of the turkey. I don't want no breast. That's right. Give me the turkey wing and that short fine drumstick. You can have the rest. And I will slice it out, marinate it, and I'll tell you what I do. You're right. I marinate it in some pineapple. That's right. And put me some of the, put a little habanero on that. I give it just a tinge of a spice for your palate. And I'll inject a little pineapple, probably some mango juice in it. And when you eat it, you say, oh my, what is this? Buzzard, bullshit. People are silly. They know nothing. They have heard things, and that's what they repeat.
True.
I don't eat turkey. Why? They can't even tell you why. They cannot tell you the species of this domesticated animal, the wild turkey, and they come from a buzzard, vulture. They're stupid. They know nothing. They're always learning, but they're stupid as they come. You can understand science, and science has its place. That's a fact. These same stupid individuals will say, I don't bother science, but yet, jackass, you go to the doctor, let him shoot you up with something that's going to help you. You take, stop that. See how silly we is? That's right, that's proper English. We is silly. Because we is the one that think, not think, we think we know everything. That's a fact. And that's just a fact. I'm not going to hug no tree because I burn it if I'm cold. But I'm not going to abuse y'all's creation. I'm not going to be a greedy dog and abuse the air quality. And I'm not going to do it because y'all said I would destroy them that destroy the earth. Yes. And I don't care what Mr. Trump says. Any of them say that. Don't tell me this, that there's not an effect on what things are happening. Because of the corruption of the people, the greed and the, yes, you greedy bastards. And the earth, it spews up their sins and their corruption. That's a fact. That's a fact. And he's going to get them to destroy the earth. Yes. Pumping all these chemicals in our food. Look what it's doing to us, destroying us. Yes. Daddy, go out there, and that tomato will be that big. It was another. They don't need no 2 or 3. That was big enough for one. Oh. And he saved them seeds for year after year. And it was nice and sweet. I remember as a child, and I'm not lying to us, my grandmother, where we lived here in South Carolina. And we lived in a shack. It was about, at that time, there would be 19 of us in that house. It wasn't much big as the house I lived in. I'm not lying. It was a shack. You could see through the walls. There were no such thing as insulation. We didn't have mattresses. We slept on rags that we made beds out of. You understand? But I remember that day as a young boy when I was preaching outside and standing on this mound. I didn't tell you all of it, but I began to dig in that mound. I knew what it was. It was a sweet potato mound. And maybe because, how old is he? About what? How old is he? I was his age. As a matter of fact, I had on tan pants like that. And striped shirt. White, red, blue. You know, that was a shirt everybody wore. And they were not shorts. They were cut off full pants because holes were in the knees. And I began to dig in that soil that day, and I pulled a sweet potato out. And I'm not lying. I don't care if I was that size. But I know if that thing wasn't that big, it wasn't. And I didn't take it, and I took it to Granny. And when she saw that thing, I know it was 12 or 13, she cooked that one yam, that one sweet potato, it fed us all. And it was so sweet. Sweet, sweet potatoes back there. This makes you get the baby. You got to put a ton of sugar on it to make it palatable. So don't tell me y'all's not going to destroy them. Every kind that they destroy our waters. We're so greedy, eating up everything in the ocean. Eating up every fish, even the nasty, the unclean fish, they're eating that. You wonder why we're in the shape we're in? You wonder why we're in the condition we're in? Yeah, he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. I don't need to cut down the tree. I'm not going to cut down. That's a fact. I'm not going to destroy the habitat of things that are vital. Things that are vital. I'm glad we got buzzards because they eat up stuff that, and they take upon those diseases and they incubate us from that. Be encouraged. You that have joined us, you send a gift to help. Send an offering. You eating today from the table of Yah. You know you have. Send a gift to help us in this work here. You ever come, Yah grants you. You have wonderful food to eat and great fellowship. All right. Bless you all. Be encouraged. We pray for our friend. Those that are absent today, and especially our precious friend, Zahin. May the riches of Yah rest upon you, my friend. Wish you all strength and standing. And that's a beautiful thing to have a wife or a husband that the years of life together has produced a friendship. You understand? And that takes a pattern of years. You have dealt with all kinds of circumstances. It doesn't come in 1 or 2 years. You'll get married today, you're going to have trouble. That's just the fact of the matter. Well, I was 56, that means nothing. And he's 65. He's just as nutty as he was when he was 18 and 19, 20. That's why he's in the condition he's in. That's a fact. I'll tell you the story. There's a woman here. And an old man bishop, she came to me one day to my house. She was in love with him. She wanted to marry him. Well, I wasn't going to marry them. You all could go out here and get your own little place. I think you can marry them. Make me no different. I wasn't going to marry them. Because there was another fellow here, he wanted her to marry her. And she wanted to marry Bishop. I'll never forget it was snowing that night. I sat her down in my office. When I finished with her, she said, you know what, Raca? I said, let me ask you a question. Why can't you be the friend? I said, you tell me what greater love is that than a friend? Is your Shua friend? I said, there's no great love like David and Jonathan. I say, mine, what a friendship of love. I say, what a greater love. I said, what? Well, that settled her for a while, but after that, you know, even when Bishop got upset with me, Bishop stopped that. Oh man, you're 75 years old. What? Stop that. You don't know it now. Come on, old man, companionship. Stop that. You just take all that love you got, Bishop, and love the young brothers. Your women, take all the love you got and you love the young daughters. And be sweet and kind to them, all right? You won't be lonely. You keep your hands busy, you will not be lonely. Brothers, take time to teach young men and to show them the order of life. You won't be lonely. If she passes, I'm 17. What time has got with the wife, really? Just be honest. Hell, the next 2 or 3, 4, 5 years on me, she said in her 65-year-old ways, and I'm set in my 70, that ain't gonna work. And that's just a fact. You can be silly all you want to, be immature, and think it is. It's not going to work. And that's just a fact. You can get upset with me. I don't care who you are. Get upset. It's just a fact of the matter. You understand? You bring together marriage in 2 years. There's nothing more kind than friends. Two that are friends, they can walk together, talk with each other. I said, Bishop, I said to the woman, just be his friend. There's nothing greater than being his friend. And she said, that's so right. Bishop died. Yes. He didn't live much long after that. Bishop died. Yes. Bishop died. Yes. She stayed for a while, and she left. Yes. And then another story, she left, and she died. Yes. Fact of the matter. Yes. There's no greater love than a friend to have a friend. Yeah. You lay down your life for a friend. Yes. That's love. Yes. And your ones, if YHWH doesn't satisfy you, no man's going to satisfy you. Walking, holding no hand, that's silly. That's cat's dumb. I don't care who you are. We got too many youngers, especially if anybody be lonely. And that. That's for real. Yes. Be an honor. Pray. Bless the young ones. Hallelujah. That's what you do. My strength is not like it was when I was 25. I'm still strong. My strength is not like it was when I was 50 or 60. And yours is neither. My beauty at my age is much more defined than when I was 25 or 30. I had strength. Yes. Strong. I want my beauty to be of wisdom, knowledge. That's what I want. I want men to honor me. When I say that, I don't care what they honor me. When I go places, when I see young women and the way I relate to them, yes. Believe me, they know. Let me tell you this story. I was, somewhere I can't recall. There was an elderly Caucasian woman. And you could see the woman didn't have the best of mobility. So I jump around this way, no knee wants to act up, all right? And I do this, and I let her through. And these are our words. You can tell she was about 75 years old. She says this to me. She looks at me and said, they don't even do this no more. They honor nobody. We went to Home Depot that night. She said, they don't do, nobody does what you just did. They honor no one these days. She kept on. That was you again. And that's the fact. Let us stand to our feet. Bless you all. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us turn toward Jerusalem as long as we're in captivity. In all things I do for the excellence of your power. Yes. We pray for the healing power of our precious friend. You know him by name. Yes. Restore him. This is your touch. Yes. Bless him in a mighty way. And our friends scattered throughout the Olam. Bless them, I pray. And heal us all. We need to healing power. Yes. Restore us all in YHWH's name. And above all things, cause us to have a great affinity of love for one another. Yes. This is our cry today. YHWH's name, that you will be rocked. YisraYah'ale scattered abroad. Bless your nation, your people. This is our prayer today. Satisfy our love with the tough things of your Torah. We have more than enough in YHWH's name. Hallelujah. 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 YisraYah'ale. Hallelujah.
Look ahead. You and Mike can come down after the feast with some more. You will you you're gonna split it, all right? Tell you now, okay?
Oh, you like this draft for the camera?
Sorry, I put it down. How about this eat with
I said she went to the bathroom.
Okay, well tell her to stay and eat. Tell Tina. No, let's get something to eat. I'm sorry.
Just like she's on 205.
Hallelujah.
If my people who are called by my name would just humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins, and I will heal their land. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, for you are our praise.
Unto those that fear Yahweh's name,
I will trust in him and will not be afraid. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be saved. Heal us, Yahweh, and we shall be healed. Save us, Yahweh, and we shall be